Welcome to Cashflow. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up sales codes for your quotes and invoices. On the left hand side of the screen, please go to the Invoicing module. Once we're in Invoices, you'll see on the top right hand side you have the option for sales codes. If you click into sales codes, this is going to come up with the various codes that are available within the software. So by default, when you create a quote or an invoice, it's going to default to 4001, which is sale of goods. And then you have the option to free type the work that you've done directly onto the invoice. And all of your sales are going to track under sale of goods. If you'd like to break out your invoices so you can actually report on the goods or the services that you're providing, you can add additional codes within here. So you have to choose a code that doesn't exist yet. So if I just look above, I can see that 4005 doesn't exist. So I can type in 4005 and then I can type in the work that I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to say this is a boiler change and add a new code. That code's now been added in. Now I may always charge a different value for my boiler change. So if I just update this code and go to my invoicing screen again on the left hand side, if I now go to create a new invoice and add a line item to this invoice, in the drop down list here, rather than me going to sale of goods, I can now go and choose boiler change. And then in the description I can go type in whatever I want within here. So I'm just going to put boiler change and then I can put in a value of the work carried out. And then I can just press save in the top right hand side and that has now assigned that directly against boiler change. But if we want to pre-fill that, let's say I always charge the same amount when I do a boiler change. If I go back into sales codes in the top right hand side and just click into boiler change, I have the option to pre-fill my rate and description when I select this code. So if I just click on here and put in a value, so I always charge £500 and my VAT rate is 20%, and I can put the description line that I want to appear on the invoice within here and click update. And that means every time now I go into an invoice and create a new invoice, if I just add a line item to that and choose boiler change from the list, it's automatically going to pre-fill the description and it's going to pre-fill the price that I charge for that as well. So it's going to save you a lot of time when you're actually going and creating those invoices, and it will help you put together a price list. So I can just save on that within here. What that will also allow you to do is if you go into the reporting module on the left hand side of the screen, we have some income reports. Within the income report, we can actually have a look at our income by sales code. If I click into income by sales code, I can say if I just want to see the invoices that have been paid. As you can see, I've only had one paid invoice in here, but if I select issued invoices and rerun the report, it's now going to show me the breakdown. So we can see I've had £1,000 for boiler changes and I've got 3,083 against sale of goods. So you can track exactly where your money is coming in from within your business. You can drill into these reports as well. So if I click into that, it's now going to show me the two invoices that I've just created and the values against those as well. And you can have unlimited amount of sales codes within your software. And it's just a case of, in the top right side, click on sales codes and add all the additional codes in you want. Alternatively, you can click into the existing codes and you do have the option to rename these. So instead of sale of goods, you might just want to call that sales and you can rename that. And at any point, you can just put in the pre-fill rate and description line, put in a value. Let's say it's £1,000 and this is my daily rate. And update that. And now that's now going to appear in my list and you can see my value is against it, and I will then be able to report against that when I'm within the reporting module. And that's how easy it is to set up and customize the various sales codes within Cashflow.